Call my name. I'll mix that with a clip from that clip. Hi folks, it's Age of the Hunting Gear Guy, and this is the new Nitecore NU25 and NU25UL. I reviewed their original NU25, and when they came out with these versions, I asked if they'd send me them, and they did. So why don't we take a closer look at these two headlamps. Now, I just got back from my yearly hunting trip, so I got a pretty good use with both of these. And really, there's not much too different between the UL and the regular one, other than this little bit of headband that they've got for comfort on this one versus a little bit lighter of an option on this one with just this shock cord. This regular one does use a shock cord, but it's also got this more comfortable band on it. And that band, I don't know if you can see that there, but it's got this silicone on there. It helps to stick to your head, and it also stops like sweat from coming in from the top and then getting into your eyes. It'll just kind of like stop right there and go off to the side, I guess. Now, one of the big changes that I know a lot of people were looking forward to with this newer model was the fact that it uses USB-C. The original used a micro USB, and a lot of people are starting to go to battery banks that are USB-C only, just for weight savings. They're only bringing USB cords, and this is an easier way to handle it. So now, if your phone's USB-C, and if your flashlight's USB-C, and your battery bank's USB-C, it's all good. This can be a little bit fiddly. Get in there. That's what you sacrifice for waterproofness, is a port that's fucking hard to get in there. Come on. So on the sides of these headbands here, they actually have a little bit of a foam bit that kind of goes on the side of your head. It's a little bit squishy, so a little bit there. A little bit more padding on the back here compared to the ultralight version, which really just uses like this little bit of foam, and that's kind of it. So the rest of it just goes around your head. I found it to be fine. I would only really wear it for maybe 30 minutes at a time. Maybe if you wear it for longer, it's going to be a little bit more of a uncomfortable, but it's so light that you don't really need to have that much tension on it anyways in order for it to stick to your head. So you're not going to get like a tourniquet going with this cord anyways. Now, speaking of the cord, it is a little bit reflective, so if you get some light on it, it will shine, especially in the dark. So it's got a little bit of that going on. Now let's talk about the buttons in usage. So we've got a power mode button, and we've got a power button along the top here. With gloves, these are impossible to tell where your hand is really, but if you're hiking in warm weather, you're not going to have gloves on. So pressing the power button there will get us both the lights on. I'm just going to go through some of the modes there. There's one spot. There's one flood. I like this flood. This flood was actually quite nice, and you do have the option of going low or high power on it. Then we've got our red lights, and if we click that, we're going to get our blink on the red lights, and we can go back to both with some different varying, and same thing. So there's your mode, and there's your power, and we can just hold it to turn it off. Now, I feel like this is pretty standard, but it does have these kind of clicky adjustments here to get it to point the direction you need to based on where it is on your head. It does have an included 650 milliamp hour battery right inside it. A bigger and heavier flashlight would have a bigger battery, but we're going like really, really ultra light on these things. This one is 56 grams for the regular, while the lighter UL version is only 45 grams. Now, one advantage the regular has over the ultralight is the regular, it just runs this shock cord through these recesses here. So if you want to take this thing off, you kind of have to work it from the back. Whereas this guy has some quick release clips right on the bottom here. So if you want to just like pull this thing off, you can just pull it right off the band. I don't know, clean it, store it, whatever, or reposition it on here, and then just clip it back on. So it's actually very quick to take off. Maybe if you got this thing really, really dirty and you want to scrub it really well, it's a very quick way to pull it off of there. And that's probably adding a little bit of the weight to the regular one compared to the ultralight, but I don't know. The comfort of this band was really nice. I guess if you're the kind of guy that or girl who is going as lightweight as possible, you've cut down the number of toilet paper wipes you're using, and maybe you're using like a water bidet or something like that. This is going to cut down a few grams at the least. Now, I believe these cords, I showed you that they're reflective. I believe they're also glow in the dark. Let's try that out. Oh yeah, it is picking up on the camera. Look at that. So it is glow in the dark. These are glow in the dark cords here. Now, one thing to mention here, there is an ultra low mode on here. It's just hard to find. You can't get it through it with the normal menu. If you double press the power button, that gives you that ultra low mode, which is great for like in the tent where you're just like looking for something and you don't want to like blaze the light out. So great for that. Now, importantly, if you're going to put this in your backpack, it does have a lockout mode, so you can lock out the buttons, which will help prevent turning these on while you're hiking. There's also a kind of check the battery if you want to, so you just press that mode. You can see how much power it's got available inside the battery. So again, that was the NU25s, the NU25 regular and the NU25 ultralight. They're kind of the, I don't know, like standard. They're a very popular pick for ultralight hiking because they're so light. They put out a decent amount of light. Keep in mind, if you're hiking, you don't actually need a ton of light. Usually you're wanting to go with one of those ultra low modes, either that flood or the really low power spot, because you just want a little bit of light. You don't want to use a lot of battery power if you're going to go on like a week-long hike and you only have like a small battery bank. But great choice for ultralight hiking. Also a great choice for just the way I used it was just packing up for hunting and using it for that. So this ultralight one packs down really small. If you shoot a deer and you got to track it, fantastic. Pop out on top of your toque or woolen knit hat in the U.S. And away you go. And if you don't need to use it, well, it just kind of stays in your pocket. So super easy for that kind of stuff. And I'm really liking that they went to USB-C and added all these cool features. Thanks for watching.